ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। Okay, mantra 1 we all know, and from mantra 1 to 4 it describes the same principle, Isavasya principle. And this principle, as you know, it speaks about what? It speaks about this thing, that everything belongs to the Lord, and whatever we may possess is also a part of Lord only. And we should only use as per our necessity, not overuse. So that is the main theme behind all these 4 verses. And this verse 2 we discussed, कुर्वन् एवेह कर्माणि जिजीविषतं समा एवं त्वयि नान्यथेतोऽस्ति ना कर्म लिप्यते नरे. We may aspire to live for hundreds of years, but if we are not going to do anything fruitful, and if it is going to not bind us in this law of karma, then it is good. Otherwise, we are actually creating our own karmic reaction. So one lecture we said, if you might have gone across, one lecture of 4 kinds of classes of people Prabhupada mentioned. So I think some of you heard. Who can say what are the 4 classes of men? 4 classes of men. Yes. Who remembers? Anil Prabhu?
Busy fool.
Yes. And?
Busy intelligent.
Busy intelligent.
ଆଉ ଦିଟା ହଉଛି
ଆଉ ଦିଟା କିଏ କହିବ? ଆଶୁତୋଷ ପ୍ରଭୁ?
lazy fool, lazy intelligent.
Correct. So which is the most adorable, which is the best of all? Okay, it's very easy to understand. Busy fool and lazy fool, busy intelligent and lazy intelligent. So first of all, we understand that is a fool wise person or an intelligent a wise person? Intelligent person is a wise person. So intelligent is the top category, and below it are the fools. So now, if there is a fool who is busy all the time, he is at least busy, somehow better. And if there is a fool who is always lazy, that means he is always in the mode of ignorance. So these 2 categories are the lowest 2 categories. And then above it is somebody who is intelligent, but he is busy. Means he can only use his intelligence, but he always remains busy. So that is somehow better. But the best of all is to be lazy and intelligent. That is the devotees. Like Prabhupada used to say that we are going to park, we are doing kirtan, and the park is built by someone, somebody has designed it. We go there, we chant, we enjoy it. So we are kind of meant to be lazy intelligent. Like people earn money, they give to Krishna, and what we do ultimately it is being fed to Krishna. Ultimately we distribute prasadam, we also chant Krishna's name, we serve Krishna. So this is kind of a occupation where we don't have to struggle so much. This is the lazy intelligent style, and this is the best. The Brahmanas, they don't do any work. They collect whatever has come to them, and with that they remain satisfied. So that is lazy intelligent. And this is the topmost. That is what the devotees are meant to. Prabhupada says it in this in that lecture I said. And now we will. Anybody remembers the first and second sloka of Isopanishad? Who can say? First and second sloka of Isopanishad. First one. Okay. Nobody remembers. Please try to remember that, because that is an important sloka. Isopanishad is very helpful for our understanding, deep understanding in scriptures. The first sloka said that Isavashyam idam sarvam jat kinchan jagatyam jagat tena taktena bhunjita magritha pashyato muni. And then the second sloka is that we read now. Kurvan eveha karmani jiji vishet satam sama nanyatetosti. I forgot the lines. Evam toi nanyatetosti na karma lipyate nare. So this is the second sloka where it is said that if we want to live longer, then we can live, but it should be fruitful. It should be Krishna conscious. That means we are not saying that a person who wants to live longer is bad. No, but a person who wants to do nothing but live longer, nothing spiritual and live longer, that means he is only accumulating karmic lives. That is not favorable. And we discussed about some of the personalities like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jesus Christ, Shankaracharya, who lived not so many years, but they lived a fruitful Krishna conscious life. Then we talked about also that how devotion can lead to ultimate goal of our life. Even if we practice a little bit, it may lead us to the ultimate destination. That is, what is that sloka? Neha Vikrama Nasasti Pratyavayana Vidyate Salpam Apyasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahatva. Even if we practice a little bit of devotion, we can get saved from the ultimate, from the clutches of this birth and death. So that is the benefit of practicing even a little bit. Now this is the third sloka. What is the sloka here? Ashurya meant for the Asuras. Nama, famous by the name. Te, those. Loka, planets. Andhena, by ignorance. Tamasa, by darkness. Abrita, covered. Tan, those planets. Te, they. Pritya, after death. Abhigachanti, enter into. J, anyone. K, everyone. Cha, and Atmahana, killers of the soul. Jana, persons. Asurya namate loka andhena tamasa prita tamste pritya vigachanti jeke chatmahano jana. The killer of the soul, whoever he may be, must enter into the planets known as the worlds of the faithless, full of darkness and ignorance. So in this sloka, he is again pointing out about what? That even if a mother, even if the world is, the first line says, the world is now becoming demoniac. Asurya nama telo. The world is becoming demoniac, but andhena tamasa prita. Why it is becoming covered by ignorance? Because it is covered by ignorance. This is becoming demoniac because it is covered by ignorance. Tamste pratyabhigachanti. Pratyam means what? After death. And after death, what will happen? Where will the soul go? Jk chatma hano jana. Those who are killers of the soul, they will attain this world of demoniac. So those who are unnecessarily killing themselves, they only attain this abode of demoniac planets after death. Killers of the soul. So first of all, the killers of the soul, what do you mean by that? We will read here in the purport, you'll see few things. We'll read about who is a demon and who is a soul killer, and how can the soul get liberated, and is it that the soul dies? Because we already read in Bhagavad Gita second chapter, Astos Prabhu, what you said recently few weeks ago. You remember that sloka? How soul cannot be killed or destroyed.
Yes, Prabhuji.
What is that? Nainam chindanti sastrani.
Sastrani nayanam dahati pavaka na klesham nantyapo na so sayati maruta.
So the soul cannot be cut into pieces, the soul cannot be dried, the soul cannot be burnt, and the soul cannot be wet in water. So the soul is transcendental to all these material things. So the killer of the soul means what then? So that is what we will also read here. And we will read here that how we all are going to enter this world of faithless if we are not trying to save ourselves. Now you can see the word Asura. Asura means what? I was listening to a lecture by Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. It says that Asura comes from two words. Ra refers to Ramante. That means Rama, Ramante, enjoyment. And Asu means breathing. So one who wants to have a long life, just have a long life and enjoy this world, they are called Asura. And it is Asura is not, as we must have heard in Srila Prabhupada's lecture, that Asura is not something like only physically who looks very fearful, who has big teeth and who has nails, whose hairs are standing on end. So that person is not just Asura, but Asura is that mentality which we are having. If we are having the mentality of Asura, then we are Asura. Prabhupada writes here, see the purport. Prabhupada writes, the human life is distinguished from animal life due to its heavy responsibilities. And those who are cognizant of these responsibilities, work in that spirit, are called suras or godly person. And those who are neglectful of this responsibility or who have no information of them are called asuras or demons. So these two types of human beings are there in all over the world, all over the universe. And Rigveda states that the suras always aim at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. But the other group, asuras, they are not concerned about the Lord's presence because they go above to the Supreme Personality of God. Okay. So this is what Srila Prabhupada speaks about suras and asuras in the first paragraph. And if you read the Bhagavad Gita 16.21, you will see Srila Prabhupada says, what are the actually roadways to hell? Let's just open that. three ways by which we can go to hell. Trividam narakashedam dwaram nasanam atmana kamam krodha tatha lobhas kama krodha tatha lobhas tasmadetattrayam tyajet. So what is the translation? There are three gates leading to hell. Three gates. What are the three gates which are leading to hell? They are lust, anger, and greed. And every man, every sane man should give this up, for they lead to degradation of the soul. So by having lust, anger, and greed, we are actually moving towards hell. That's what Prabhupada is saying in 16.21 Bhagavad Gita. So when the soul gets destroyed, it means what? The soul does not get destroyed physically, but the soul's spiritual consciousness gets destroyed. Like we are now in this material bodies, the soul is not destroyed. Soul will remain as it is because it is spiritual. That never dies. We already read. But the consciousness which the soul is carrying, that Jiver Swarupai Krishna Nittada. So that consciousness we are losing. That's why we are called dead. Because the consciousness which the soul should possess is now not there. So in this way, we are called Atmaha, or we are killers of the soul. Now, Chaitanya Charitamrita speaks about this thing in elaborate. And also in the Bhagavatam, one sloka is there, we already have discussed many times. Niddeha Madhyam Sulabham Sukalpakam. That 11, 20, 17. That sloka says that Atmaha term is reused there. So in that sloka, you will see, here he is saying that Niddeha Madhyam Sulabham Sudulabham Plavam Sukalpam Guru Karnadhara Mayanukulena Nabhasvata Iditam Puman Bhavabhyam Na Taretsa Atma. So if one cannot cross over this material ocean, Bhava Abdi, this ocean of material life, by getting this Nardeham, by getting this human body, then he is also a killer. He is also the killer of his own self. Like suppose Bhakti Prem Maharaj gives a very good example. He said that suppose you got a chance, you have been given a bag, and you are told that in the market everything is available for free. There is potato, brinjals, there is gold, silver, everything. Now you have been given a bag and you are told that whatever you want, you can fill your bag and come back. If you go to the market and if you fill potatoes, brinjals, you just go to the market and you tell that, okay, give this, give this, give this. So like this, if you give all the items, what will happen? The bag will become full. And then, can you fill gold? Is it an intelligent idea? And you come and give to your father, Father, I got. Is this intelligence? No. So the intelligent person will be he who will tell that, no, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. But I want only gold. He is the intelligent person. So that's why you see that in that song, Prabhu tava pada juge modoni vedana nahi magi deha shukha vidyadhana jana. He says that, oh Lord, in your lotus feet, I am putting up a request that I don't want this, I don't want that. I don't want this and that. That means what? He's telling that I only want something else. He's clarifying from before that he does not need anything else, but he only needs something. So, like if that person who brought the bag with potato, brinjal, and full gobi like this. So his bag will be full all the time. Now when he comes to his home and shows to his father, "Father, I got the bag full." Now see, will his father be happy? Biswajit Prabhu, is it a good option? Eh?
Yeah, bro.
You didn't understand. Achha. I'm telling, if he got the bag full with potato, brinjal, and full gobi, even though he could get anything, so is it a wise option that he got all the sabjis in his bag today? বুঝছো না বুঝছো
না
বুঝছো নি
বুঝছি नहीं
ठीक है ये मैं जो बोल रहा था कि एक ऑप्शन है हमारे पास कि हमारे पास एक बैग मिला है उस बैग में हम कुछ भी चाहे मार्केट से भर सकते हैं अभी अगर हम जाके उस बैग में भक्ति महाराज ने हमने ये सीखा है महाराज बोल रहे थे कि अगर हम उस बैग में जाके भरी आलू बैंगन और गोभी जबकि हमारे पास सोना भी ऑप्शन था सोना और चांदी भी था पर हम लोगों ने ये सब भर लिया तो बैग भर जाएगा ऐसे ही तो आप जब पिताजी को लाके दिखाएंगे पिताजी मैंने दुकानदार को दे दिया उसको बोल दिया कि जो भरना है भर दो उसने भर दिया ये सब चीज तो ये क्या वाइज ऑप्शन हुआ
नहीं
क्या करना चाहिए राधे प्रभु क्या करना चाहिए था निखिलेश प्रभु क्या करना चाहिए था उसको
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. No, if there is an option to get the bag filled with gold, then why would I choose potato or other thing?
So, if somebody is intelligent, what he will do? He will tell that don't give me potato and brinjal, rather fill gold. है ना? You got the option. Why you will not do that? है ना? So similarly, if we have got this human life and we are filling with this sense enjoyment and we are just trying to spend our time without being Krishna conscious, trying to get some temporary pleasure in this world. So isn't it that kind of a potato and brinjal thing? We are trying to waste our life just like that. So we are actually killers of the souls. Asuryatam te loke. So the wise person, what he will do, that just after he gives it back to the shopkeeper, he will say what? Astos Prabhu, what he will say? Don't give me potato, brinjal, cauliflower. Don't give me this items. He clarifies. So similarly, Bhakti Vinod Thakur is saying, Nahi magi deha sukha vidya dhana jan. I don't want a good degree. I don't want a good post. I don't want wealth. I don't want followers or disciples. But I want what? I want to chant your names life after life. So that is what I want. So similarly, a devotee also must have such kind of desires. Otherwise, we will be called a soul killer. So that sloka Prabhupada describes very nicely that how this human life is rare, rarest of the rare, and one who is intelligent, what he will do? He will try to utilize the opportunity. And that is the meaning of one who is not killer of the soul. One who is killer of the soul, he will lose the opportunity. But one who is not killer of the soul, what he will do? He will try to only accumulate those things which will give him permanent result or which will give him long lasting results. So that is what is called devotional service. So when with this human life we do engage ourselves in devotional service of the Lord, then that is the real asset we can understand. So this is how we can make ourselves from killer of the soul to spiritual, come back to spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness, spiritual awareness. Now, Madhvacharya says that there are 3 levels of reading, and they are literal, ethical, and metamorphical. This is not mentioned, I think, in chapter. Anyway, this is not required. I'll just discuss the metamorphical reading part. So, sometimes Prabhupada also tells the candidates of initiation that now we need not bother about anything we are doing. We just have to, we have now given our chariot in the hands of whom? Krishna. In the hands of Krishna, we have handed over the chariot. Now we don't need to bother about anything. So if we are handing over our lives to our Guru, to Sri Krishna, then we don't need to bother about anything. So this also means that we have surrendered ourselves to Krishna. So this is the opposite of killer of the soul, or this is what is the spiritual consciousness. Sometimes it is literal and sometimes it is metamorphical. So this is how we can understand that we are not going to, we should not be the killer of the soul, but we should liberate the soul. Let's see what Prabhupada writes here in the second paragraph. Intelligent humans must always remember that the soul obtains a human form after the evolution of many millions of years in the cycle of transmigration. So intelligent person comes to know about that. And the material world is sometimes compared to an ocean. Human body is compared to solid boat designed especially to cross this ocean. Why? Because the human body is nadeham adyam sulabham sukalpagam. So this is the boat. Human body is a boat, and if we take the shelter of a captain who is Guru, Karnadhar, then we can cross over this ocean of material world. And the Vedic scriptures and acharyas or saintly merchants are compared to expert boatmen or the pilot or the captain. The facilities of human body are compared to favorable breeze. Mayanukulena nabhasvita idita. If with all this facility, a human being does not fully utilize his life for self-realization, he must be considered Atmoha or killer of the soul. So after getting all this facility, if we are not using it for self-realization, for Krishna consciousness or for God realization, then we are actually a killer of our soul. Sri Isopanishad, that's why warns clearly that the killer of soul is destined to enter into the darkest region of ignorance to suffer perpetually. Continuously, we will be suffering if we don't take advantage of this human form of life. So that is what is mentioned by Prabhupada in chapter 2. That sloka we already read. This sloka you can try to remember. This is very important sloka. Nadeham adyam sulabham sudulabham lavam sukalpam guru karnadharam mayanukulena nabhasvata iritam puman bhavabdim na tare sa atma. This sloka Prabhupada is described in the paragraph 2. And then Prabhupada describes about why Prabhupada is saying that worse than animals. Even we become worse than animals. What does that mean? To become worse than animals means what? Means like there are so many animals. You see, what are the various animals who are worse? Like Prabhupada says, Sayeva Gokhara, cows and asses, donkeys, asses, camels, dogs, cats. Prabhupada uses many animals' names many times. So these are the animals' names which Prabhupada uses. And then he tells that the animals may gorge and refuse in a garbage pile. That when the animals are there, they can eat anywhere in the garbage drum also. But what does the humans look for all the time? The humans look for processed food, packed cooked food. Even if we are not cooked, we have not cooked, we look for the packed items. You know? Suppose I want to cook some good sabji, then I tell that don't bring open paneer. Try to bring it in a packet form so that it will be more pure. So human beings are so specific, and animals they don't have that. So animals have, they can eat anything. So worse than animals means who is not able to consider this difference. But the point is, when the humans are eating and when the animals are eating, in both cases, the sense of pleasure which both derive by eating, is there any difference? Like when animals are hungry and they ate a meal, and we are hungry, we eat one meal. So is there any difference between them? Anil Prabhu, is there any difference between them? Both of us are hungry and we ate. What will be the difference?
No, Prabhu, there is no difference.
There is no difference. So the tendency is same. So similarly, eating is there. Similarly, mating. Animals may mate in the middle of the street, but humans they have their specific bedrooms and their homes, or they go to specific places to mate. But the pleasure of doing this activity is also the same in both the cases, you know, because the sexual satisfaction is same for animals and human beings both, and similarly for defending also. Like the animals, they defend themselves with their own teeth, with their own nails or jaws, but the human beings, they have made some arrangements of weapons and other things, and they protect themselves. Both are defending themselves. And also sleeping. The animals may sleep on the street, and the human beings may design beautiful beds, soft cushions to sleep. But the pleasure of sleeping is same at each case. Because when we sleep, we literally forget where we slept. How many of you remember when you slept where you are? Do we remember? No, we generally don't remember. And in cases when we are very tired, we understand that we slept, and where did we sleep, we did not understand. When we wake up, we then sing around that where are we actually. So that is how is the pleasure of eating, sleeping, mating, and defending same for animals and humans. So that's why those who are intelligent, they won't try to involve themselves in these activities for wasting their life. And now one who is advancing in this animal propensities, then what will he be called by Mahabharata? What is that sloka, Asutosh Prabhu, which Mahabharata says? Dvipada Pasu. Ahara Nidra Bhayametunam Cha. Remember the full sloka? Ahara Nidra
Yes, Prabhu.
Bhayamet.
Samanyatat Pasu.
Yeah. You know the full sloka? Dharme Nahina Pasu.
Ahara Nidra Bhayametunam.
Tell.
Ahara Nidra Bhayametunam Cha Samanyatat Pasuvi Narana ତାପରେ ପଡୁଛି କଣ ଗୋଟେ ଧର୍ମାନ ବିନା ପଶୁ ବି ସମାନ କଣ ଗୋଟେ
धर्मेण हीन पशुभिः समान धर्मो हितेशो अधिको विशेष धर्मेण हीन पशुभिः नराणाम्. So these four things are common to both animals and plants, animals and human beings. But one who is really above it, what he will do? He will try to go above it and find out
Spiritual.
yeah, so he will try to find out what is religion, what is my duty.
Spiritual activity.
Yeah, that is what is spiritual activity, as you said. So that person will only be called a human being. Otherwise, he is called what? Gustav Kalbu, what is he called as? Dvipada.
Animal.
Pasubhi Naranam. He looks like a human being, but he is actually an animal. In disguise of an human being, he is an animal. Like he may be wearing a very civilized dress, but he is not different from an animal. So that is the case which an animal is, and a human being also is in that state if he is only thinking about these things. So that is the difference between the animals and human beings. So what are we actually doing in this modern age if we are trying to involve ourselves in this technology, use these things and do all kinds of activities, but ultimately we can't take care of these spiritual needs, then we are actually like this animals only. Actually, that is why we all need to be careful that we don't waste this human life like the asuras, like the demons, like the animals, and not become the killer of the souls. Rather, we should try to become spiritually aware that how rare is this human form of life is, and how we should really be lazy intelligent. Who is a busy intelligent? Busy intelligent is kind of a person that who knows that spiritual life is good, but still he remains busy with activities. He is intelligent. He remains busy. He cannot take out time for that. So that is a busy intelligent. But a lazy intelligent is a person who is lazy towards the spiritual part and intelligent for the lazy towards the material part and intelligent towards the spiritual. So between in those two terms, first term, suppose this is the first term, lazy. So that is lazy or busy is referring to the material world aspect, and the intelligent or fool is referring to the spiritual aspect. So if somebody is lazy in the material world, that means he can give more time in the spiritual world, spiritual life. So to be lazy in material aspect and to be intelligent in spiritual aspect is what is the right combination. So we should look after this combination: lazy, intelligent, lazy for the material activities and busy for the spiritual activities. That is intelligence. So that's why one who is really intelligent, really trying to take care of his human life, then what he will do? Like sometimes when I ask devotees to come for a class or come to temple for darshan or kirtan or some festivals, they said that, oh, my friend came today and I cannot go to temple today. My old colleague from school has come and I have to give time to. Yeah, sorry for the disruption. So sometimes if I ask some devotees that what to do now, the thing is that we have a class and I am inviting you, please come. If we invite for some festivals, what he will say that, oh no, my friend came after a long vacation and I have to go for such and such work. I have to go to the laundry, I have to go for cleaning or go for doing servicing of my car or vehicle. So in this way, we are actually losing. Yeah, last 1 minute we got disconnected. My internet got a little crunch. So we actually should understand that we are actually not going to get this valuable human life again. And thus, Isopanishad, as it says, the third sloka, that Asurya nam te loke loka andhena tamasavrita tam ste pritya abhigachanti after death je ke chatma namojana. One who is a killer of soul, he enters into the planets of the worlds of faithless, full of darkness and ignorance. So this is how we are actually getting to know that how valuable our human form of life is and how we should utilize it properly. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktavrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments? English is comfortable or we should have it in Hindi?
जी प्रो जी इंग्लिश कंफर्टेबल.
Okay. I thought Biswajit had some difficulty. I thought English will also help us improve our English vocabulary. That's why I thought of it.
Yes, Prabhu, it's okay.
Okay.
Yes, bro.
Fine.
Yes, bro.
Any point anybody wants to share? And have you got that book, Isopanishad?
नो प्रो जी.
Okay.
Yes, bro.
Okay, good. Those who have got it, it's all right. If you don't have also, you can read from Vedas or Pocket Vedas application. If you have, you can read from there. Or else if you visit temple, you can collect it also.
ओके प्रो जी.
Okay. So let us stop here. Then you can switch on your cameras for some time. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktavrinda ki jai. Okay, Rajarsi Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Biswajit Prabhu, Gosthagopal Prabhu, Shahadev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes, and Dandavat Pranam. Okay. Asutosh Prabhu. Very cold. Asutosh Prabhu in Delhi. Odisha has almost stopped experiencing the cold. And here's Anil Prabhu.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so where is the tilak of everybody? I can only see tilak in whom? Sahadev Prabhu. And Vishwajit Prabhu is only in dhoti kurta but no tilak. Okay. Nikhilesh Prabhu, where is you? Where are you? Okay. Okay, so let's stop here. Nikhilesh Prabhu came. Hare Krishna.